Hi, everybody. Kimberly Madden here. I wanted to talk to you about my visit to establish an estate account at the bank. That wasn't so bad because they already had the representative letter or letter of administration that I had gotten from the Registry of Wills, and they also had a copy of the death certificate. But depending on your bank, they will then sit down with you and they will open up using the EIN that you have to get. I mentioned before in a separate video, I got it from the registration of wills. That was much easier for me than having to search all over. But I'm sure if you just go on the IRS website, you can go ahead and do that anyways. I just chose a different route, and it's kind of nice to know that you have two options. So after I did that, I sat down with them, and it wasn't that complicated. I didn't expect it to take an hour, but it did. So depending on your bank rules, they go through all those things, and then they establish using your estate number that's given from the Registry of Wills, and then also your number. So you have the small estate number, and then it's the same number. Okay, just wanted to double check and make sure. So you go ahead and you open that up, and what has been recommended to me, I'll find out more because soon I'm going to meet with tax accountants, estate people. I have them all lined up this week for interviews, and what I find out, I'll definitely share with you, just to gain more insight and information on the next steps. But I do know that it is really important, and this is why I'm meeting with estate planners and tax accountants, because if there is money that is owed from the will or the trust to another person, entity, business, whatever, then you need to check about your state's tax rate. Like, how much is the estate? What is the value? I can only speak for the state of Maryland. You have up to, the cap is at $5 million. Other states are not that way, so it's important to know. And it's also important to understand who is allowed to get monetary amounts and who pays the taxes and who doesn't on it. So when I went to the bank, established the trust account, they explained to me that was done to protect me so that I am not the one paying the taxes. Extremely important. Please go ahead and do that. I highly recommend making sure that you sit down and schedule enough time for any questions. I had an hour and I thought that would be sufficient, but honestly, the whole process took up the entire hour and my questions came out after. Now, I was lucky enough to just understand enough to write that down. And even though the general response and question, it was, you need to talk to a tax planner or someone involved in estate planning, which is what I'm about to do. I'll keep you posted and keep you updated. But just if you can, do your research for your state so that when you get in there, you can find out a little bit more, maybe to help you establish the accounts in a different way. I'm not done with that yet. I will definitely find out as much as I can. Thank you for joining me today and spending this time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.